Look around. You see all those hands? So this is what I wanted to see. Saboten last year, we had a huge growth. We went from a little over 9,000 in 2016 to 12,132 last year. And a lot of that growth, if you interested on kind of how the numbers work, we count badge sales. And if it's a full event pass, we count you once. And if it's a Friday sale, we count one. If it's a Saturday sale, we count two. So what happened last year was our full events grew, as always, every year. But what we saw last year is we saw a lot of Friday, Saturday sales or a lot of Sunday, Monday sales. And I think that we thought maybe it was people testing the waters, right? Does this show something worth space to the back? So that way people can actually come through a little bit to drive a little more traffic through for the panels. So we're hoping that'll actually bring more people through. But our two big salespeople who do make sales in our vendor hall that we moved out there, both Armand and Alex, unless they can tell me differently, had record sales from moving inside the vendor hall out to the Creators Corner. Is that a correct answer? Yes?
I did 3 times last year's number.
3 times last year's number. And Armand, how did you do? Did you do pretty good too?
I would say that in all my years going to conventions, this convention was probably the best convention I've had ever.
Awesome. So that really answered a lot of our fears, is I didn't want to impact somebody's wallet, especially two of the people that really have been with us for a decade, right? So those are the ones that I wanted to make sure that if I moved them out there, that if it didn't work, we'd have to either change it back up or move it back into the vendor hall. And I'm happy to say from hearing from all of the people that are there, they really loved it. So if you did not check out Creators Corner this year, please, please, please go to it next year, check it out. If there's something you're interested in that you don't see us announcing a guest for locally for it, let us know. Because that means that we can add even more people to Creators Corner going forward, so that way you guys can learn from some of the people here in the Valley. The other area that we grew this year, Hobby Expo. How many people here went into the Hobby Expo? There we go, all you Gundam people, right? So that area grew. We were in one small room upstairs last year. We moved into 2 bigger rooms this year. They had an entire panel room all separate, and then they had a nice showroom as well. Is Corey in here? No. Right. So Corey, I believe, when he told me the numbers this year of attendance going in and out of the Hobby Expo either tripled or quadrupled from last year, which is awesome. That just means more and more people are getting to see that side of the area as well. If you got a chance, how many people here went to our gaming room? Yeah, there's a lot more hands. We really expanded the gaming room this year again. We added a whole bunch more of the arcade systems. We bought 2 arcade systems and ran them at Kikori up in Flagstaff. And I had people mad at me all weekend because it was being used all weekend and they couldn't use it. I had vendors that were like mad because they'd leave their vendor hall and they went over and like, I can't play the game, it's not fair. So we added 4 more, so we had 6 this weekend. I was happy to see when we went in there, they were being utilized pretty much 100%. Sometimes there was 1 sitting extra, which means that we maybe found the sweet number. We might move to 8 systems for next year. We do have plans to really expand gaming. That is the area that we have said for the past several years that gaming is one of the areas that keeps on growing on a yearly basis. We keep on adding more and more to it, and I will tell you next year is going to be another big burst and a big increase in some of the gaming stuff that we're going to be doing as well. So anything on the Japanese pop culture side for gaming, you're going to see a lot more of that coming in the next year as well. So, if you are event support or staff, please stand. All these bodies you see standing is the reason why this event is successful. This is my family. This is the people with, and I can stare at probably a good percentage of these people that were with me in 2008. That kind of gives you an idea of how long we've been together and kind of the bonds and the relationships that we've built over the years we can still throw badges at each other and yell at each other and slam a door, and we're still friends and still running conventions many, many years later. So this is why we're here, is because of all those people you see standing. If you want to be part of the family, part of the team, something you like, something you enjoyed, if there's areas that you think that you can help with improving, please let us know. Shoot an email to the operations email, shoot an email to greg@monkey-pod.com. Let us know if you want to help, or if you have suggestions on areas that you saw that we could maybe make improvements. Is there something that we could change, or if there's something that we could tweak? We're always looking to make changes. We're always looking to one-up ourselves on a yearly basis. And we could not, and we would not be successful if it wasn't for all of these people that are standing. So another round of applause for them, please. You guys can sit. I know you guys are tired. This literally was probably this literally was the busiest weekend on record that we've had from staff and from the event support side. This was a crazy ride. Friday, my staff kept on watching the numbers and, kept on seeing the growth, and we're just like looking at each other and just like, I sat at my desk Friday evening and said, I don't want to go to bed because I'm not ready for Saturday. And many others were the same way. Saturday, of course, it was crazy. Our vendors, we love them to death. And if there's anybody that's in here in vendors, we love you, but I'm sure you're not here because you're down breaking down. For the majority of all our main vendors that we talk to, and even the artists, we've heard nothing but accolades of how much better they've even done this year over previous years. So thank you guys for going into the vendor hall and keeping them going. We did announce online, but we are also say here, we are expanding the vendor hall for next year. If you saw Phoenix A, which is where the guest room was this year and last year, we're wiping that open, and that's going to be where we're going to move the artist premium spaces are going to be moving there, and then an entire area, we added 40 more artist tables to be able to get more people in the artist community. We sold out our artist space last year. We opened up sales every year October 1st. Artist Alley was 70% sold before we sold it at the show. We sold out Artist Alley, I believe, October 5th or 6th. So we figured we needed to add some space, and we added one more row of the Artist Premium because that space actually sold out at the show last year. Luckily, we have some spaces that we can open up for the October 1st opening. So if you are interested in the Artist Alley Premium side, there is some spaces available there. So if you know a friend or if you know somebody that's been hemming and hawing and saying, I can't get into Saboten because they just sell out too quick, let them know October 1st there is spaces that we do have available across the board since we expanded a little bit. So that'll get more people in here, that'll get more artists in front of you, that'll get a lot more things for you to spend money on, and go over here to the Otaku Closet and sell your old stuff so you can go up there and get even more stuff. That Otaku Closet was crazy this year too. That was the busiest Otaku Closet I've ever seen. So I know I'm gonna miss some people here, so I'm gonna ask graciously to tell me if I've missed you. I'm trying to eyeball as I go around, but I'd like to bring up the guests that have been able to stick around for the show and thank them and see if there's anything they'd like to say. First, I'd like to bring up one of our special international guests. I've been an anime fan since I could probably walk, if I remember correctly. Speed Racer was the first anime I ever watched. And to be in the presence of Suda-sama was probably one of my most memorable experiences. And I loved having him here, and I hope he had a really great time. I'd like Mr. Suda-sama to come up if he'd like to say something.
Thank you so much.
I think you got that. He says thank you very much.
初めてフェニックスサボテンコムに招待されまして、今回とても楽しみました。
So this is the first time I've been able to come to Phoenix Saboten Con, and it's something that I was looking forward to and was very excited to come to.
スピードレーサーから皆さん知ってていただいてとても嬉しいです。ずいぶん昔の話なんですが、その作品は。
He says, he really appreciates the fact that you guys have been watching and looking at his work ever since he's worked on Speed Racer and his various numerous projects after that, and it makes him very happy that you guys know his work and know him.
あとガッチャマン、それから北斗の拳、ちょっと知ってていただけたらみたいで嬉しいです。はい。
And he's very interested to see how many people know Gatchaman, and he's very happy that if you know it.
本当にありがとうございました。楽しみました。ありがとう。
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm going to try to swing from right to left, and if I miss a guest, throw something at me so that you can let me know that I missed you. Mr. Al. So Stacy, my wife, and I have been cosplayers since, I shouldn't say this, since the 90s. And when we started going to AX, there was one person that we needed to find when we were in cosplay to do photos, and this gentleman was it, and I'm happy to say that he has become pretty much family and been to our show for many, many years. He loves us so much that he actually doesn't do Dragon Con anymore.
Thank you, Greg. Thank you so much. I want to say thank you to Greg, Stacy, and his wonderful staff for having me for my 8th Saboten Con. I'm Al, also known as Yorubi Kasumi Photography. This is my friend Pepe. Everybody say hi, Pepe.
Hi, Pepe.
So I want to say, again, thank you to all the cosplayers who showed up this weekend. I saw tons of you all weekend long since Friday. Unfortunately, I was not able to get everybody. I'm old, I can't get everybody. But just seeing everybody in passing, either on the first floor all the way to the 3rd floor, with the masquerade, you guys did an amazing job. Even right now, I see all the cosplayers here at closing ceremonies. You guys look amazing. I apologize I can't get everybody, but just keep up the great work that you do. I've been doing cosplay photography for like 20 years now. I see the end coming pretty soon for me in retirement, maybe in a couple of years, but I just want to say again, thank you to everybody, and hope to see you next year. Thank you.
All right, scanning. Where's Alex? Is he hiding? There he is. Alex, get your butt up here. Who do you hollering to come up? You want Armand to come up with you? All right, Armand, get your butt up here too.
You look 25. So it's nice to be here on the set of Friends. This is kind of cool. Anyway, I just wanted to say that joke because I was preparing it. Armand's far too modest. Armand's been doing this show for 11 years now, since the beginning. This is my 10th year at the show. It's been really awesome. As I said earlier, we sold 3 times last year. And we don't have fan art, we don't have anything else except original comics. So what we've been doing all weekend at the show, we launched sorry, I'm out of breath. We launched our third original comic called The Devil in Me. It is kind of like a remix of biblical characters. They come to Earth, they're going to have a tournament, and the winners get to be God and the devil. So if you bought a book at our table, you got a free copy. If you came to my workshop, you came to a panel, you got a free copy. I'm curious, do any of you guys have free copies? Yeah, back there? Would any of you guys like free copies? So, I happen to have a gift. Greg, I'm giving you these to hand out. Whoever can get them, however he wants to give them out, these are free copies of The Devil in Me as a thank you for support for 10 years. But wait, there's more. So I saw a smattering of hands of people who went to Creators Corner. So do you guys like comic books at all? Okay, then or manga? Okay, I don't know if you know this or not, but you have a lot of local talent who does that. Original stuff. We're doing it for the love of it. Grant, Kayla back there, Jolene was doing an original book. Armand has been doing books. We do a book together. So there's a lot of talent over there that would love to get to meet you. Just drop by the table. So if you come back next year, if you go to the west wall outside of Vendor Hall, there's Creators Corner. Come visit us next year. So I'm curious, who went to Creators Corner this year though? Okay. Who would consider themselves a Blue Crown Comics fan? Okay. So you with the hat. Come here real quick. As a thank you for coming to Creators Corner, for supporting us, I'm giving you a Chrome copy of all of our books. So, if you ever come to any of my panels in the future, like the comic book workshop, I give away an issue because that's what we work on. If you come to closing ceremonies, I give stuff away. So if you don't have enough money, you're broke, you're not sure if you want to try a comic, why don't you drop on by, say hi, you might get something. So I'm Alex Pescador, Blue Crown Comics. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We post everything on there, and we will be back next year.
All right. I'll make mine short and sweet. I should have gotten first. I got nothing to give away. I have nothing to give away. I'm sorry. So I should have gone first. I just want to say thank you. No, I was kidding. So I just want to say thank you guys. Like I said, I've been here since the very beginning, the first Sabo. I remember when Greg told me that he was going to buy it and if he wanted to come back to be a guest, and I was like, of course, all the time, anytime he needs me. I'll always be here. Sabo's my home. I mean, this year was unbelievable. I was just like, yeah, of course, sure. So thank you guys, and I got to meet Soda Sensei. That was awesome. So thank you very much for signing, giving me sketches. And this is North Star was what I grew up in. So thank you very much for coming out. It was a real honor to meet you. So thank you very much. And that's it, guys. I'll be back next year for sure. So I'll have new books out and new stuff out for you guys next year. I might have some free stuff later. And some pins that I'm working on. I know.
I know Grant and Kayla are back there. Is there any other Creators Corners guests that are in here by chance? Yes? No? Grant and Kayla, come on up. We don't want to be shy.
Oh, my voice.
He's pimping his stuff as he goes back.
All the stuff.
artist. And I just want to say Saboten has a very special place in my heart. This was actually the first convention I ever attended. And I remember thinking and seeing all the wonderful artists and the wonderful community and thinking I would love to be a part of this somehow. And years later, Greg has had me as a guest last year and has invited me back this year, and it's only been just incredible the entire time. This year, I think we did incredibly well. We made more money this year than we have at any convention ever. So thank you all for. And I hope to work with Greg in the future, and I want to make Saboten as great a con as I can, and make sure that everyone had a great experience that I did when I first went to this convention. So thank you very much.
So, when I was 15, I went to Konnichiwa when it was over at the Holiday Inn. Oh! Yeah! Me and my friends didn't realize that there were other nerds out there that gathered. So we went, and I went with one of my friends, well, a few of my friends, but she was like, oh, look, there's this comic book artist there. And I was like, all right, let's go check it out. And it was Armand. And so we go there, and my friend is asking 100 questions. And Armand's like, oh, so you're the artist? And she's like, no, it's her. And I'm just sitting there taking notes, being very quiet. And every year after that, I went and visited Armand, and he always encouraged me to get a table. And it wasn't until a few years ago that we got a table at Konnichiwa. And then I got to meet Alex Pescador and Malachi and Greg, and I was fortunate enough to get invited to be here at Saboten. And as my partner Grant said, this has been the best one for us so far, better than Phoenix Comic Con. So I just wanted to say thank you. I love seeing so many people encouraged to be around art, and it's fortunate to have this group of such nice people who are just all encouraging that and producing my first chapter of my first comic, you know, and having it out and just having such great people to be around. So thank you, everyone.
All right, did I miss any guests on the right-hand side before I move to the left-hand side? Scream or yell at me if I'm going to miss you. Or something at me. Scanning. It's hard. I like missing people here. I know Kazuha is over this way. I'll call Kazuha up and see if I miss anybody. Kazuha? Your panda outfit.
Hi. I'm sorry, you know, we've been coming back too many times. I've been saying that, but, you know, since Greg and, you know, most of the staff members, I believe you guys love us. And, did you see the big mural? Somebody drew a mustache on my face. When I saw it, I was like, that person must love me very much. You know, I'm a positive person, so I take it positive. Thank you so much for welcoming us every year. This is our 8th year, I believe, and hopefully, you know, we'll keep coming back. But if you never, you know, came to our show yet, please, just once, you know, try to come see us. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love our music, but I hope so. But next time when we come back, we releasing the new album. So our, you know, full set of the the music gonna change. Yeah, we are getting ready for that. So hopefully you guys gonna come see us again. And the tradition, I always do the T-shirt, but we run out of the big one. We only have like extra small and small now. So keychain this time. Somebody wants it? And just to show the love for Saboten Kong, I just gotta do this with him. When I say Saboten, you say Kong. Saboten? Saboten? Louder. Saboten? 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 Thank you so much.
She is our house fan. You will see her at every Saboten for the foreseeable future until she doesn't want to come back, and then I'll cry. Should I bring up a known Hall of Fame person? I don't know. Chris, you want to come up here, sir? Mr. Chris Tang, sir. Hey guys, hey Saboten Con. How was your year this year? Alright, so at the risk of aging myself, this is my 11th year along with Armand. We've been here every year. We've been here so much that we get confused for each other sometimes. It happened. I couldn't believe it. I was like, but he's so dark and handsome, and I'm so pale. How can you confuse us like that? But anyway, it's great to be here year after year and to hear stories of this con being their first con many years ago, ranging to people who have been here every year since the beginning, and even talking to new fans where I don't know whether this has been their first con or not, and they'll tell me this is their very first con of any con that they've been to, and seeing the enthusiasm on their face and just seeing their eyes light up with all the ideas that they have for the costumes that they want to make next and their future plans and stuff like that. It's really reinvigorating, and it reminds me that I actually first came here as a cosplay guest and not as a gaming guest, and it makes me look back at what I've done over the years, and it kind of makes me miss where I came from. So when I hear of other people wanting to, cosplay as this next year or that next year, it kind of reminds me of the time that Greg went and announced what I would be making for my costume. I think it was back in 2010 or 2011. He posted on Facebook. He posted the SH figure arts of the Barnaby, the mech suit with the Bandai logo that you may all know from Tiger and Bunny. And I was, at that point, it's like I hadn't made the costume yet. So I'm like, oh no. I have to make this really good or die trying. And I had this big bar, this expectation that I had to set for myself. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it good. And 3 months later, I came here, I showed some progress pictures on Facebook, and people were really enthusiastic about it. And I came here and I showed it off, and it was like the most amazing thing ever because people really loved it. And it went over so well that if you go out there and buy a Tiger and Bunny movie Blu-ray, well, I'm in both of them as an official part of the franchise. So that really pushed me, and it really brought out my zest. And I really love that this convention, this fixture of Arizona has touched so many lives, and being able to see that entire range of people growing up and having it be their first con from years ago, to having this con this year be their very first of any con, it just makes me feel like amazing. And once you get past your 10th year, after that point, it's legacy. It's like you're gonna last forever after that. You don't see any end to it. And I'm incredibly thankful to all the staff of Saboten Con, especially you, Greg, and Stacy, have treated me like family, and I always want to be a part of this. It's funny because last night, I found this secret restaurant, and I didn't even know about it. I've been to this con since the beginning, and I didn't know about the secret restaurant downstairs until last night. And all my friends were hanging out there, having a party, and I'm like, why didn't anybody tell me about this? Do you not want to eat dinner with me? But hey, it just makes me feel like I leveled up. Like I learned something new. I'm still growing. I'm still chugging along this con and learning new things. So you never know. And after this year, thinking about that cosplay thing again, I think a measure of success is, besides the game that I'm working on, I'm not sure if any of you played Strike Harbinger downstairs in the game room. Hopefully
scandal. We're going through some legal things with our name right now, but next year we're going to be back and hopefully out or close to it. And I'll try to do something super special for you guys with that release. But in addition to that, I think the measure of success is if I'm able to pull that off and maybe have a new costume too. That might be something I can aim for. That would be a real doozy. So I'll let you know if that's even a hint possible. It might be suicidal, but hey.
So what you're saying is I should announce what you're going to be.
Yeah, maybe. So let's hope that they make a SH Figure Arts line for Boku no Hero. All right. So I hope you guys had fun, and I'll see you all next year. Thanks so much to the staff. Thanks again to my mom and dad for driving me out here back in the day when I couldn't get my costumes on the plane because they were too big. And yeah, we'll see what we can do for next year. Rock on! Be sure to watch the Tetris World Championship on October 21st because that's when I get to do my boom Tetris for Jeff thing around the world. And it's something that's kind of like caught on. It's got like 10 million views. So check out the Tetris Championships.
So I will be announcing what you're going to be wearing sometime within the next month, so that'll at least give you 10 months to be ready for the convention. Most of our international guests are on the road, but I did luckily see one of our international cosplayers come in towards the end here. Leon Chiro, if you'd like to come up, sir.
So, we are here together, closing ceremony. I still can't believe it's Monday. I woke up today, I was like, it's Monday. I go back home. No, it's another day of con. Why? Because we're such a wonderful convention, which is Saboten, and I was so honored and happy to be invited here. We have like 3 panels, 3 intense panels this weekend. I don't know, do we have somebody who have attended my panel here? Like, yeah, cool. We are still here, survivors, cool. Last year survivors, I'm so proud of you. Okay, I've been flying here from Rome, Italy, which is 20 hours in total of journey. And I don't feel any minutes of euphoria because it's all because of you guys. I mean, just being able to spend some time together here to give you a warm hug, to backstab you like today. I'm really sorry today I couldn't smile, I couldn't give proper hugs. I was in character, I hope you understand, but I gave a good backstab. Spending all these moments together, making the history together of Saboten, of our community means a lot to me, and I would like to thank once again for inviting me, for taking care of me, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to live this wonderful moment right here, right now. Thank you so much. I love you all, and plus Ultra. I know the plus Ultra doesn't sound so well as Sephiroth, but still. I did my very best to be here and spend these last moments together. Hopefully not last for the moment. I will never be a memory.
Thank you, sir. And before I bring the next guest on, because I want to embarrass him a little bit. I wanted to go to his last panel tonight. If you didn't get a chance, I'm going to bring up Les Claypool here in a second. And he did the Ghost in the Shell panel upstairs. Ghost in the Shell is by far one of my favorite animes of all time. The only anime that I would say that I like better than Ghost in the Shell is Outlaw Star. But it's funny, my wife and I watching Trigun the first night that it came out, and we're watching it, and we're watching it, and we're watching the closing credits, because you know, back in the day, you watched the closing credits, you didn't just fast forward and go on to the next episode. And I'm watching the titles go and go and go, and I'm like, did that say Les Claypool? is that the bassist from Primus? I'm like, wait, is the bassist from Primus doing anime now? So, of course, we jumped on what was called the internet back then. 14.4 dial-up and all that stuff. And we're looking, and all of a sudden I start looking at the list even then of this gentleman's work. And he's touched the majority of the animes that probably are the ones that you call some of the classics, some of the ones that have helped you get into anime or enjoy anime even more. And it was an honor to meet him. ALA first? Or no, even before ALA, right? And it's just been, he's an amazing man, and it was a great honor. We got to meet Suda-sama this weekend, and I got to meet another one of the greats in the industry, Mr. Les Claypool, if he come up, and no, he does not play bass. He has a ribbon that says that, too. There you go.
I don't play bass. I have a ribbon to prove it. I was totally honored. Mary and I were so honored to be here this weekend. We'd never been to Saboten before. And everybody was amazing. Everybody. From Greg all the way down to every single person that he has working for him, every one of the staff, all the volunteers. We had a frickin' blast here. And you guys, I mean, let's face it, if you guys didn't exist, I'd be standing here wondering what I'm doing in Arizona with a microphone. All the attendees were great. The questions were great. All the senpai chit-chats, we had a blast. We were all nervous, of course, because, you know, Greg's like, oh, no, you just get on the couch with a bunch of people in a big old audience. Is that all you're giving me? Really? That's all I got to go on. Oh, no, you'll have stories you'll tell, and those would be, he'll ask you questions about things you haven't prepped. Oh, dear God. And they all turned out great, because, I mean, it was a crowd of insanity, you know, it was all, everybody up there was nuts, so it was perfect. That's all I got. I'm glad that this was an amazing experience. You guys are all great. I just thank you for being so kind and welcoming and so warm, and actually showing up to a Ghost in the Shell panel that's going on almost simultaneously with the closing ceremonies on Memorial Day. That was a mind blower. Like, we'll have 3 people. Look, no, there's not. Of course, I gotta embarrass him now because he thinks he's the only one that gets to do this. You're supposed to be at that panel. You told me you were going to make that panel. I sped the panel up slightly because I knew he had to leave early if he was to show up. So you guys that were there, you got all the information. I was just kind of talking a little bit more like this in certain sections because I was like, and we got it done in 1 hour and 10 minutes, and it's an hour and a half panel. And then I asked, and I said, no, there's no Greg. He never got to it. I thought, guess what? I get to come back on another year so you can see my Thank you guys so much.
I've been waiting for that. No, you don't understand. I've been waiting for that Ghost in the Shell panel since we talked back at ALA. I tried everything possible to get to that panel. You can ask my wife. She's like, I'm like, can I go? Can I go? She's like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. I'm like, no, but I wanna go to the panel. And I tried to sneak off a couple times and she gave me that look. And if you're married or have a girlfriend, you know what that look is. There you go. Well, we got the party tonight. You can do it up there. Wow. All right. So before I start to wrap everything, did I miss any other guests? Did anybody else sneak in without me seeing? Anybody? Bueller? Are you old enough to understand Bueller? Yeah. You're not doing anything embarrassing, are you?
So I'm sitting right in the back watching Greg for I don't know how many times up here on the stage, thanking everybody from the staff to the attendees to the guests. We all know that we would not be here without Greg and Stacy. And I just think we should give them
Yeah, you guys almost made me cry last year. It's not going to work this year. If you came to last year's closing ceremonies, this staff really tried their best to pull some tears out of me, and they did. I actually had to move off stage for a quick second. Okay, so before I do my final little spiel and wrap up this year, and we can get going and get ready for 2019, all the badges for the weekend are up here. Kazuha, did you get your stack? Kazuha? You didn't get your stack? Okay. That enough? Okay. Please make sure, come up here, be polite, don't throw elbows, there's a lot here. You can get all the badges that are up here. We do have a small box left of some of the passes, some of the discount codes from cosplay weeks. Epic cosplay weeks. Sorry, I'm a little clumped from what they did to me. So please, if you can, come up here, grab those, and make sure that you at least be polite. You don't have to throw elbows. Not yet. Calm down. I'm not done yet. I haven't said any numbers yet. Sit down! I'll draw this thing out longer. Ask my staff. I can do it. I love to talk. I could talk here all night if you wanted me to. Come to one of our staff meetings. You'll understand that really quick. So, this has been a fun year. It really has. We've grown a lot. This has been one of those years that I think the entire staff across the board really pushed the envelope in a lot of the areas for growing. I can tell you, my wife and I, Stacy, we probably put in 50% more hours this year than we did last year working on Saboten. It is our baby. It is. I love this show. I love all our shows, but this one holds a special place because it is where we started running conventions. It is where I met the majority of all my family that's been with me for the past 10 or 11 years. This really is a love convention that we run this for you guys, and we hope that you really just enjoy the show. We hope that you come back. We hope that you every year come and let us know how you like it. We really do, honestly we do. My challenge, since we don't do opening ceremonies, this is always my challenge at closing ceremonies. If you didn't make a friend this weekend, new, next event you go to, make a friend. Do something with them at that show. Do something with them between that show and the next show. Make a friend at that next show. This community is all about building strength and building friendship and making sure that we all have a good time. For 4 days this last weekend, we were the norm. We weren't the ones that got looked at different. We weren't the ones that we were treating different. This is our weekend to be us. Never forget that. Just remember that. Be polite, be kind, make friends. Do something with those friends between the shows. Help this community grow. Help this community expand into other areas. It's all about the community with these shows. And honestly, that's why we run them. That's why we still love doing what we're doing. Just please take that to heart. Make sure you realize that when you're walking around and you see somebody, if you see somebody in a corner kind of being shy, go over and talk to them. You see somebody that's being quiet and you want to just make a friend, make a friend. Don't be afraid. This is our place to be us. So, I have to say that. Thank you. That being said, I know some of you are just sitting here waiting for Greg to announce the numbers. Come on, Greg, I'm tired. I want to hear the numbers. I have staff here that's like, come on, we're breaking down. We want to get out of here. The trailer's not here. I've got to go up and get it, so you still got an hour and a half before the trailer gets loaded anyways. I've got to leave here, race up the anthem, and come back down with the trailer. We grew. And when I mean we grew, we grew. And if we looked at from what I said about the full event to single sales, if we were single sales, I wouldn't even want to announce the number because Staff will probably start throwing stuff at me and telling me we're not allowed to grow anymore. I am really happy with kind of the way the attendance went this year. We didn't, like I said, we didn't see that crazy jump like we had from the previous year to last year. So last year we did, I just lost the number, 12,132, which was astronomical, right? The year before that we were over 9,000! That's why I walked out with the... So, this year, our attendance for Saboten 2018 is 13,298. That is phenomenal. And thank God we didn't have another 3,000 attendee growth. We were not ready. Well, we were ready for it, but we really just did not want to see that happen for another year. So, from the bottom of my heart, from the bottom of all the staff's heart, for all the hard work that they've done, and for everybody that's stuck around this long to hear a number or hear all the guests and hear us just talk a little bit, thank you. Thank you for being part of this community. Thank you for enjoying the show over the weekend. Thank you for helping out with whatever you did over the weekend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. Saboten 2018 is officially closed. Thank you.